patuloy na paglabag sa
Sa?
sandigang batas.
O, edi sige, ipasa
Ang
nyo na sa
tanong
hearing.
ngayon,
Ipasa nyo na sa
maaari
plenary.
rin ba nating sabihin ito sa Vice Presidente?
Pasa nyo na nga.
Let us remember, the Vice President took the same oath. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and conscientiously fulfill my duties,
Oh,
preserve and defend the Constitution, execute its laws, do justice to every man, and consecrate myself to the service of the nation.
ayun. Pero bago po mangyari ang mga ganyang klaseng usapan, ulitin lang po natin mga kababayan, baka naman pwede mag-subscribe na po kayo kasi sa mga nanonood, 52% hindi nakasubscribe. Pero alam nyo nakita ko yung statistics medyo umaangat na po ito. Marami na po ang nanonood na nakasubscribe. Pero kung maaari pa, yung iba pa, yung remaining na nanonood, baka naman pwede hong tayo mag-subscribe. Okay. Ito na nga. Sa bibig mismo nila nang galing, mini trial lang lumabas. So ibig sabihin, uusigin, gusto nilang umatin si VP Sara Duterte doon para kuhanan ng mga statement. Naging mini trial na. Kaya sinasabing ito ay unconstitutional. Panoorin natin ang banat ng mga abogado ni VP Sara Duterte.
They
Pasok.
confirm that the defense team sent a letter addressed to Representative Luistro, the chairperson of the Committee on Justice. This was dated March 24, 2026. This letter was sent in response to the invitation extended to us by the committee. Just so there is context to the letter that we sent, even as we had observed from the hearing that was conducted earlier, that this letter was also tackled by the committee, we could just read the pertinent portion so that the public is also informed of the reason or the reason stated in this letter on why the respondent and the defense team did not participate in the hearing today. So under these circumstances, and considering the public statements made by the chairperson, it appears that the committee intends to conduct a trial. However, with due respect, the Constitution vests the authority and power to conduct trial solely in the Senate. And this is clear and explicit in Section 3, Paragraph 6, Article 11 of the 1987 Constitution.
Ayan, yan ang sinasabi
Which,
ko
as you know, states that it is the Senate
Yun.
that shall have the sole power to try and decide all cases of impeachment. The Constitution is thus clear. It is only the Senate that conduct trial in all cases of impeachment. And while Section 3, Part 2, Article 11 allows the committee to conduct a hearing for the purpose of submitting its report to the House of Representatives within 16 session days from referral, the scheme does not give the committee any power or jurisdiction to conduct any form of trial, whether mini or full-blown, much less receive and try any evidence. That impeachment rules must be compliant with the Constitution is made clear in Francisco versus House of Representatives, wherein the Supreme Court declared Section 16 and 17 of Rule 5 of the Rules of Impeachment Proceedings adopted by the 10th of Congress unconstitutional. And in doing so, the Supreme Court aptly reminded it is basic that all rules must not contravene the Constitution, which is
Yun.
the fundamental law.
Yun. Yan yung skeleton ng lahat, yung konstitusyon. At malinaw, ayon sa kanyang binanggit, yung article na yan, nakasabi diyan ay Senate lang. Senate lang ang
In
pwede.
light of these, while the invitation for the respondent and counsel to participate in the committee's mini-trial is well noted, we cannot, however, do so at this point on the ground that the committee and or the House of Representatives, as well as any of its members, lack jurisdiction to conduct any form of trial or exercise any of its incidents. Absent such jurisdiction, any attempt to proceed in the nature of any form of trial or to invoke powers ancillary to it
Yun.
is unconstitutional. Consequently, the respondent puts on record her objection to any requests, motions, or similar efforts aimed at obtaining or fishing for supposed evidence through processes that necessarily presuppose the existence of lawful authority and jurisdiction under the Constitution, which in this case is absent. As timely stated in the appearance consolidated answer both made ad cautelam, the respondent does not waive any jurisdictional or other objections she
Yun.
has
Mamaya
to these
papaliwanag natin yan.
proceedings, nor her right to seek the appropriate legal remedies. Nonetheless, she is prepared to meet the charges against her before the proper jurisdiction.
Thank you. We will now open the floor to questions para hindi tayo maubusan ng oras.
Yan. Maganda to.
Boy, dinaki mo.
May, ay na, may sir. Ay, kariyosan po, di ba, pro?
Pasensya na dun sa question, hindi nakuha yan kasi malabo yung yung audio niyan eh. Ha? Malabo niyan, ha?
TV bike. At tapos sa po yung Hill Committee on Justice, kaya naman several motions po na natake sa hearing there, they want to issue subpoena sa mga ilang dokumento, kabihin sa mga financial transactions, ITR, tingin ninyo attorney po kasama doon sa pinasapina. Maybe just get your action on that. And ano po kung manibito ng defense team since kito nga may mga iring na yung committee na mga dokumento na mapresenta o matagit doon sa hearing.
Pagpasensya nyo na.
Unang-una sa lahat, I have to address yung subpoena that was put to myself. I will wait for the subpoena. Titingnan ko kung ano yung laman ng subpoena, but definitely I'm willing to attend. No, wala akong any intention to evade having to attend before the Committee on Justice. Although I must say, I was monitoring the hearings. In fact, that's why hindi kami nag-start until matapos yung hearings out of due respect na rin to the Committee on Justice. I was a bit surprised because I think the ground stated there was that I was the one in charge of the accomplishment reports, etc., which obviously the facts and documents would show that it was not me. No? But nonetheless, I don't see any point in not appearing. So I will definitely abide by the subpoena, subject to, of course, titingnan natin kung anong laman.
Kasi pinatawag din po ito dahil daw doon sa nabanggit na siya yung sa yung sa DepEd, spokesperson ng DepEd. Ngayon, siya na sinusubpina ngayon. Talaga naghahanap sila yung tinatawag kasing fishing expedition. Yung wala ka pang ebidensya, tapos ipapatawag mo yung inaakusa, tapos i-interviewin mo. Pagka-interview mo, maghahanap ka ng pagkakamali doon sa ini-interview mo. Tapos gagamitin mo nga yung ebidensya yun. Yun ang tinatawag ng fishing expedition. Parang yung ginawa kay Sir Jack. Pinatawag sa NBI, tapos doon, naghanap sila ng may isasampang kaso kay Jack. Wala pa talaga silang ebidensya. Yung kanilang ebidensya ay kinuha mula doon sa sinabi.
Pagdating naman doon sa ibang subpoena that will be issued for the documents, I think it is our job as counsels to look first at kung ano yung scope ng subpoena and see kung naayon ba sa batas yung pag-issue ng subpoena. Attorney Sheila, is there anything you wanted to add pa?
In addition to what Mike had said, I think the portions of the letter that I had read earlier would answer that question. So right now, what is clear is that we have questions on the jurisdiction of the committee to
Yon.
conduct any form of trial.
Yon.
And if you had noticed also from the letter, we had stated that it's not only the conduct of the trial, but also the exercise of any and all ancillary incidents to it, which includes, of course, the issuance of any compulsory process. I cannot
Yon.
tell you yet how the defense would meet the orders given today at the committee hearings or how we would specifically respond to those. But we are making
Actually, para personally pa alam, body actually para personally pa alam, body i-lay down ka ng mga raso kung bakit di ka nakahanap dito sa pati. You know,
All right, thank you. So you have two questions, right? Number one, does act to the statement that what the committee is conducting is not a trial, but is allegedly a preliminary investigation. Number two, you also want us to react to the statement of Representative De Lima to the effect that the non-response of the response
Pasensya na doon sa audio kasi napuputol-putol Pero dyan lang naman po yon sa simula.
at the committee
Sa simula lang
hearing today is allegedly a disrespect. Let me respond to the second one before I go to the first one. We regret that that's how the good representative feel, but we also have very clearly in our letter and with good intentions, because it is our duty as lawyer to put the defense or best defense available for our client. And at this point, we really feel or we believe that the committee really has no jurisdiction to conduct any form of trial. There was no disrespect intended because in fact, we had responded to the invitation that was extended to us, signed by the chairperson of the committee, and we had submitted this even before the committee hearing today. So we don't know, we don't understand how that could be a form of disrespect. Nonetheless, let me address your question on the statement that what is being done at the committee level is a preliminary investigation, and they may be referring to the comparison of the committee level proceeding as akin to a preliminary investigation. However, if you have taken note of the past statements by members of the committee, and this is not even something that we said or stated, the term mini trial did not come from the defense.
Yun.
The term mini trial
Oh, yan, malinaw to. The mini trial did not come from, came from the defense sa kanila. Nanggaling ito mismo kay Luis Stro, yung may utang di umano. May utang ka kasi. Di ba?
came from members of the committee. And in fact, you only have to look probably in the internet or search them yourselves to know that there have been statements to this effect that what the committee will do is sort of a mini trial.
Kasi lagi nyo pagkakatandaan ba? Kasi marami nagsasabi bakit daw hindi humaharap. Ano pa ang problema? Bakit hindi humaharap? Kasi mga kababayan, pagharap mo, dapat meron kang karapatan na magsalita. You have the right as being accused. Di ba? Tulad ng ordinaryong husgado, di ba, paharap ka, tatanungin ka, pero maaari kang magsalita at bigyan ka ng karapatan na magpaliwanag. At the same time, depensahan ka ng abogado mo. At the same time, yung ipipresenta nilang mga witness ay kailangan pwedeng i-cross-examine. Ang problema, lahat yan, wala. Bawal nga pagsalitain unless tinanong. Tapos bawal din questionin ng abogado yung witness na ipipresenta nila. What the kind of rule is that? Di ba? Anong klaseng rules yan? Kung ganun. Sa bagay, sabi nga ng konstitusyon, it is not a trial. It's just a hearing. Therefore, may karapatan ang inaakusa na hindi umattend at may karapatan din tanungin ng abogado na merong itong issue ng jurisdiction. Kasi ladies and gentlemen, for your information, in all trial o in all cases, yan ang number one na kini-question ng abogado, yung jurisdiction. Number one yan. Diba? Katulad ko, meron na ang desisyon ng korte o meron na sinabi ang Supreme Court na dapat pag inakusa ka ng libel ay doon sa opisina mo. Ibig sabihin, nung inakasahan ako ni Zaldico, dapat sa opisina niya yung magkaso. Doon kung saan yung opisina niya, which is the House of the Representative. Di ba? Although, kinwestiyon nga namin yung korte, bakit sa Legazpi yung kaso? Dapat sabi ng Supreme Court ay kung saan yung opisina. Although, hindi na napagbigyan. Okay? Dahil nga sa, alam mo naman, ibang klase si Zaldico. Maraming maleta. Wala tayong sinasabing pero ang sinasabi lang natin, hindi ko tayo napagbigyan. Hanggang inakyat na po namin and eventually na-dismiss na din po. Bakit? Again, number one po yan. Jurisdiction. Napaka-importante po yan tinatalakay.
And so, our response to that is, given that the Constitution only vests the power and authority to conduct trial in the Senate,
Yan.
then the House of Representatives or any of its committees cannot do that. And I think this is very clear also in the Duterte ruling, both in the 2025 and 2026 decisions of the Supreme Court, that constitutional parameters with respect to the conduct of the entire impeachment proceedings should always be complied with, especially given that it's not only a purely political proceeding, it is also a legal proceeding, and therefore must comply with the fundamental law. And what is our fundamental law? Our fundamental law is the Constitution. You don't even have to write it in any contracts. Right?
Grabe, lalim magpaliwanag ni ate, no? Patay sila eh. Patay sila sa lalim nito magpaliwanag eh.
Agreements or any rules written in every rules, in every contract. That's how fundamental the objection of the respondent is to the committee proceedings.
Yun po na authorities use the po program yung politik. In asserting the unconstitutionality of the House jurisdiction over the impeachment, that may
Pasensya na again doon sa nag-i-interview, malabo talaga yung audio niya, sobrang hina yan kaya hindi siguro na-detect yung app na pang-linaw. Ang ipansinin na lang natin yung sagot po ng abogado.
what are we trying to achieve here po ba? Are we trying to stop the House hearing or have we made any legal good na ipatid po to? Or it's just a mere position on the rest?
Ano daw ba ang purpose
Well,
ninyo?
no, that's really the position of the defense team na unconstitutional in nangyaring proceedings, di ba? Ngayon, ang tinitingnan natin, ang sinasabi talaga natin dito to simplify things. Sa Constitution, very clear naman yung nakasulat. No? Number one, ang initiation ng impeachment proceedings that belongs to the House. That is exclusive power to the House. We're not contesting that. No? But, pagdating sa trial, that power exclusively belongs to the Senate. Napaka-clear niyan. Kaya ang sinasabi lang namin dito is hindi naman pwede dito sa pag-initiate pa ng proceedings nagkakaroon ng tinatawag na namin na mini trial. At again, kaklaruin ko lang yung emphasize ko lang yung nasabi na ni Atty. Sheila. Hindi po sa amin nanggaling yung term na mini trial. Yan po ay galing sa mga statements
Yun.
ng either Committee on Justice or
Sabi ko sa inyo, lagi ko sinasabi ito, at ito lagi ko itong tinatatak sa utak ko pag may kausap ako, may kanegosyo, may kanegosasyon ako. Less talk, less mistakes. Totoo yan. Kaya, ang problema ka dito sa mga congressman, panayang pa-PR, panayang daldal sa media, panayang pa-presscon, yan tuloy, napapahamak sila. Napapahamak sila. Sila mismo ang gumamit ng salitang mini trial. O ano nangyari sa inyo? Nga. Nga kayo ngayon. Why? The Constitution says, trial will only be in the Senate. Gumamit pa sila ng, this is a mini trial. Tanga-tanga talaga eh. Hindi ko alam kung may mga abogado ba doon, pero sadyang sagad sa katangahan.
even other personalities. So hindi po sa amin ang galing yan. That's why we're contesting it. Ngayon, ano ba ang trabaho para sa amin ng Committee on Justice? At least sa aming pananaw. And again, with all due respect to the members of the committee and the committee itself.
No, walang ka-respect,
Ang
respect
trabaho
yun.
ay to determine, sabi nga nila, kung ito ay iaakit na sa plenaryo at iaakit na eventually sa Senado, hindi pa. So ang parati namin sinasabi, kahit sa previous interviews ko, ang gagawin lang naman is to evaluate the complaints and the evidence at hand. No? Kung ano yung mga naka-attach na ebidensya doon sa complaint. So yung pagpapatawag ng mga witnesses and all those things and asking for documents, that goes well and beyond, di ba? Yung evaluation lang kung ito ay dapat papunta na sa plenaryo at ang sa ganun ay maiakat na sa Senado. So sa ngayon, are we going to question this? Kasi I think that was your question talaga. Of course, that possibility is always there, hindi ba? But hindi po na kami magsasabi ng anything categorical. Ito ay dapat pag-usapan hindi lang namin, pero pati na ng aming kliyente. At titignan natin kung anong mangyayari. That's why we have been monitoring these proceedings from day one. And then we'll let you know kung meron na kaming decision upon doon.
So I'm sorry, follow up. Since you are acknowledging that the House of Representatives they initiate the impeachment trial, that the impeachment pusi or whenever, bakit sa process niya, we're not attending turoon sa mga invitations ng House of Representatives? And follow up is, are we surely attending the Senate hearing once it was first, first?
Number one, doon sa tanong niyo po, it's not just we're acknowledging, no, that's clearly stated naman in the Constitution na sila talaga ang may exclusive power to initiate impeachment proceedings. Why are we not attending? I think it was clearly stated in our letter. It's because we are objecting. There's a fundamental objection to the proceedings itself because for us, this goes well and beyond what is contemplated within initiation of impeachment proceedings. As to the Senate, wala pa tayo doon, no? Pero pag dumating man doon, talaga namang kami naman ready na sagutin. Parati naman na rin sinasabi, ready nating sagutin ang mga aligasyon laban sa Vice Presidente sa tamang forum. And sa atin, pagdating sa pagkakaroon ng trial, whether mini trial or full trial, that is not in the House, but that's actually in the Senate. Thank you.
Malinaw yun eh. Tanga na lang talaga eh. Sama na ugali mo. Hindi, tanga na lang talaga eh. Kasi pwede na sana silang makalusot eh. Putang ina, tinawag pa nilang mini trial. Kung hindi ka nga naman din tanga, tawagin mo bagang mini trial yon? Nakasulat na nga sa konstitusyon. Oh. Malinaw na sa konstitusyon. Ang prosesong ito ay, yung trial ay dapat sa Senado lang. Tanga ka eh. Tawagin mo ba namang mini trial? Yari ka tuloy. Tama, mali.
Kanina po may naglabas ng statement si Vice President Sara Duterte, sinabi na gagawin na pabilim o ang Isla Buwak Pabrik ay isang fishing expedition. Pwede po ba dati ipaliwanag po bakit ito na sabi?
Well, again, I have to premise my answer with I'm no longer the spokesperson of the Vice President. So napakahirap naman na maglagay ng salita, no? Mag-interpret ng kanyang mga sinasabi. But at least based on our conversations, nakita naman natin, yun naman talaga ang posisyon natin when you evaluate these impeachment complaints. The evaluation must solely remain with the complaints and the pieces of evidence attached. Di ba? Ngayon, if you will go beyond the evidence attached and start asking for documents left and right, when our first argument nga, kung matatandaan nyo, is naman lang ultimate facts, yung complaints. No? And then yung mga naka-attach na ebidensya, wala rin naman doon na nagsasabi o nagpapatunay na may krimen na kagad na nangyari. And so if you go beyond that, that is what we're saying na fishing expedition. malamang yun na rin ang pinaparting ng ating Vice Presidente. Pangalawa, katulad ng mga issue na nilabas sa kanyang salin. Doon sa desisyon ng Supreme Court sa Duterte versus House of Representatives, malinaw na nakasad doon na ang impeachable offense ay yung mga offense na allegedly na-commit ng impeachable official within his or her term. At malinaw naman doon sa pinakita na karamihan doon sa hinihing documents ay not within his or her, within the term of the Vice President in this case. So, marahil doon nanggagaling ang ating Vice Presidente.
Rapino ko rin daw sir kami the types. I just like to note lang po yung mga subpoenas nila dun sa subpoenas Felipe Salke. Professor Busutike said na it's a form of fishing expedition. That's why we objected to the
Sorry.
to the motion faced by the panel. Pero so tingin ko ba muna natin makonbol nito bet ko part manasalin kasi yun na as Lubos Obiges nga sa legal letter saying na it's a fishing expedition and paano punta ito sa tiyari sa Pore Kishmo kaya na
Sorry sa yung mga nagtatanong
So, abon siya po doon sa mga subpoena sa SALED, pati direct mga bank records na kami man started.
I think I've made this clear. And I also, again, say that if the objection of the respondent goes into the matter of jurisdiction, meaning does the committee have any power or authority to conduct a mini trial or whatever it is that they will call it, including the examination and cross-examination of witnesses, issuance of compulsory processes for the introduction, reception, and examination of evidence. Our position has been made clear in the letter.
Yan.
That authority and all the incidents
Yan.
of that authority should only be exercised by the Senate. Because why? Again, we go...
Alam mo, ito sinasabi ng iba, bakit daw ba takot si VP Sara Duterte? Kung takot siya, di sana umatin na lang siya dyan para may chance pa siyang hindi ma-impeach. Di ba? Ng Kamara. Kasi ladies and gentlemen, pagka hindi siya umatin, hindi siya nakapag-defend, maaari pang ang gamitin yan, according mismo kay Luistro, maaari pang gamitin yan as impeachable offense. Yun ang sinabi nila. So, alam mo yun, this is a risk for the Vice President. Kaya nga, mas maganda, umatin siya dapat. Pero dahil nga atapang-atao to si BP, hindi takot to ma-impeach. Naalala niyo yung aming interview sa kanya? Kung hindi siya sana nag-resign at sumunod na lang siya dun sa pinapipirmahan nila Romualdez sa kanya, di hindi sana siya nayurakan ng kanyang pagkatao. Pero sa kanya, mas willing pa siyang ma-impeach. Willing siyang ma-impeach, kesa sa pumirma doon sa pamimigay, pamumudmud ng pera sa mga congressman. So handa siya dito. Ang kini-question dito kasi, mali yung ginagawa ng Kamara at hindi siya magpapa sa ilalim. Ganong katapang si VP Sara. Ganong katapang, may bayag. Mas may bayag pa siya doon kesa sa mga mukhang perang bayaran dyan sa Kamara. Mas may bayag pa siya. At sinasabi dyan, ganun. O sige, hindi ko atin. Bala kayo. Ipasa nyo yan. And then, kasi remember, what's next after another hearing? At hindi na naman siya umatin. What's next? Ang susunod, magbubutuhan na. Pag nagbutuhan, dahil hindi nga siya umaattend, maaaring sabihin ng iba, ganun na, sige. Impeach ka ngayon. O di, ang nasa balita, ano? Ano nasa balita na naman yan? Second time around, na-impeach si VP Sara Duterte. May mga paganyan-ganyan yung mga media. Alam mo naman mga media, mga putang inang bayaran yung mga yan. Sorry pagpasensya nyo na yung pagmumura ko, pero bayaran kasi talaga yung mga animal na yan. Boboto na yan after nun. Una, committee vote. Yung may probable cause ba, uusad ba, o wala. After nun, magkakaroon ng report. I-report sa plenary. Pagkatapos nun, pagbobotohan sa House. Ito na yung 1/3 vote ng lahat ng House member. Pagka impeach na. Ibig sabihin, diretso na dun sa impeachment trial. Pero ang tawag kasi doon, impeach na. Tulad nung nangyari nung una, na pinaspas nila. Ito na ngayon. Di ba? Ayan na. Sa akin, talagang iba ang tapang nito ni VP Sara.
Under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 6, it's only the Senate that can conduct trial,
Yan.
that can examine witnesses, that can cross-examine witnesses, that can issue subpoena for the production of evidence. In fact, if someone here earlier asked, this is akin to a preliminary investigation, under the current rules of preliminary investigation and inquest proceedings, even the matter of deciding or
O, linawin natin na Article 11, Section 3. Ito ang pinaka-importante sa lahat. The Senate shall have the sole power to try and decide all cases of impeachment. Senate, hindi Kamara. Ito naman, the House of Representatives shall have the exclusive power to initiate all cases of impeachment. Initiate lang sila. Pagdating sa trial, Senate lang. Nasa konstitusyon yan.
resolving the complaint is only limited to the complaint and the counter affidavits of the respondent and other affidavits and the evidence at hand. Nothing beyond evidence at hand.
Malinaw.
And let me clarify this because it might be that the idea that just because the respondent did not appear and sent other through lawyers stating for non-appearance, which raises issues on jurisdiction, it doesn't mean that she or us or we are just raising technical issues. Because I think every lawyer knows that the matter of jurisdiction is always substantive. Cannot even be
Yan.
waived, cannot even
Tama.
be, subject of any agreement. Once a body, once a tribunal acts beyond the powers vested in it by the Constitution, that cannot be allowed.
Yan. Tumpak. Tumpak, lumpak, lampak.
Last question. Open by
Ted Bobel at Yapo pang Philippines pa. Sir, that to be categorical about it. So may plan kayo to question the constitutional proceeding how. So kailan kayo mag-decide na
Paulit-ulit yung tanong, ano? Ewan ko, hindi ko maintindihan ba't di maintindihan ng mga media. Paulit-ulit yung tanong.
mag-file na ng petition sa Supreme Court? And second po, ano po yung magiging action natin next? Meron pang 3 hearings pa ang up to become judge. So kaya kita na rin po ba yung sinabi natin na wala ka-attend ng mga lawyers except sabi nyo nga allegate ni Supina kayo. Wala ka-attend na lawyers and even si Vice President Sara Duterte.
Kasasabi
Number
lang.
one, hindi ko po sinabing may plano. Ang sinasabi ko lang po is, of course, there's always possibility. Alam niyo, maraming nag-frame the past few weeks. Nasabi, aakyat yung mga yan sa Supreme Court. As if it's a wrong thing, no?
Yan.
Our job as lawyers
Yan yung ano yan yung laging palabas ng mga hindot na mga media at mga dilawan, pinklawan, mga teroristang, mga ralayista, at the same time yung mga tatanga-tangang mga tanso vlogger. Aakyat na naman yun, tatakbo naman yun sa Supreme Court. Para bagang mali ang tumakbo sa Supreme Court. Tama po yun. That's the legal process to question the jurisdiction is sa Supreme Court. Di ba? Sa Supreme Court ang final arbiter. Kaya nga nasa konstitusyon natin yan. The Supreme Court is the final arbiter. Pagka hindi magkasundo pagdating sa batas, mga bagay-bagay. Kahit ito hindi nyo ba alam ito? Kuwari gumawa ng batas ang Kamara. Gumawa ng batas ang Senate. Nag-bycam. Pinirmahan ng presidente ang batas. You can question that law even if ginawa at pinirmahan yon. Ginawa ng mga mambabatas, which is the legislative, at pinirmahan ng executive to execute that law. They can, and anyone can question that particular law sa Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court has the final authority all over any, mali ata English ko dun basta any laws is sa Supreme Court. Kini-question. Ibig sabihin, that's the right thing to do. It's not the illegal thing to do. It's the right thing to do. If there is a problem in rules, in laws, pwede kang tumakbo sa Supreme Court and ask the Supreme Court to have clarification on such matter. Kaya nga itong mga hindot na nagsasabing, ay tatakbo na naman sa Supreme Court. Ano ba? Masama ba Supreme Court? Mga animal kayo, mga Yun ang tama Tapos sasabihin ninyo, para bagang tinatakbuhan, takot at pumupunta sa Supreme Court. Ano gusto nyo? Kayo kasi tumatakbo kayo saan? Sa karsada. Tumatakbo kayo saan? Sa media. Dahil alam nyo, bayaran ng mga media, kaya kayo takbo sa media. Di ba? Alam nyo, kakampihan kasi kayo. Kasi mainit ang ulo. Yan ang alam nila. Dahil mainit ang ulo ng mga media sa mga Duterte dahil mayayari na naman sila.
is to protect the client and rights of the client against harassment and all of these kinds of things. And sa ngayon, ang sinasabi namin is that is always a possibility. Especially since, ulitin ko lang yung sinabi ni Atty. Sheila, our objection to the proceedings is fundamental. Hindi to mere technicality. We are saying na ang sinasagawa ngayon ng committee, at least sa aming pananaw at sa aming posisyon, is labas na sa kapangyarihan nila dahil yung trial, mini-trial, full-blown trial is really vested upon the Senate. Ngayon, pagdating sa susunod na hearings, hindi muna kami kukomento ma'am tungkol dyan. Dahil syempre, we are monitoring the developments as they come. And as lawyers, although of course, we are ready to anticipate anything and everything that comes, we are also not inclined to telegraph what we plan to do. Thank you.
Ang binatuhin po, and I think from IDC, if ever the Senate conduct the hearing, can we expect your appearance as well the appearance of King Santo?
Again, I think our letter is clear. We cannot participate.
Ma'am, paulit-ulit ka na po, ano? Pagpasensya nyo na, ha? Medyo mabagal lang talaga pumick up yung mga media ngayon, eh. Hindi ko alam bakit.
The proceeding that we think is unconstitutional. We cannot have the Vice President appear before a body exercising a power or authority that is vested by the Constitution in another tribunal. If you notice from the letter that we sent on March 24, 20, the paragraph of that is pretty clear that considering at the requests, motions, or similar efforts aimed at obtaining evidence through processes that necessarily presuppose lawful authority, then, which in this case we believe is absent, then we cannot participate in the proceedings. This is not even something new. This is something that every lawyer questioning the jurisdiction of the court on behalf of his or her client.
Medyo naiinis na si ate. Ay, napaulit-ulit kasi yung tanong, eh. Di ba, paulit-ulit, eh.
So since you are not recognized with the jurisdiction of the absentee, hindi nyo po comply ang any subpoena and hindi expected si Vice President and you na appear sa House hearing mo po.
Let me baka ma-misconstrue eh. What we are not recognizing is the authority or power to conduct mini trial. Now, with respect to the power of the House of Representatives to initiate in proceedings, that's stated in the Constitution, we recognize that. Again, what we do not recognize is the authority to conduct any form of trial. We can't tell you yet what will happen in the next weeks until the committee has concluded its proceedings because, as you know, the committee has just finished the hearing this afternoon, and we have yet also to receive any invitation or notice for the next hearing. But what I can tell you is that every step that we take from here on is deliberate. And those steps would be primarily to protect the interests of our client.
34 was it so I create and
Pakita natin ito, ha, kasi paulit-ulit na po sila dito, eh. Wala nang kwenta, eh. Ito. May mga papakita lang ko sa inyo na napaka-importante na patunay na fishing expedition ito. Ito.
The Honorable Ridon.
I wanted to return again to the matter of SALN and unexplained wealth. I understand that
Ito na naman yung unexplained with. Akala mo naman hindi talaga naipaliwanag. Hindi nyo lang maintindihan. Mahina kasi mga kukutin nyo.
Congressman Chu had already moved for the subpoena of the SALNs of the Vice President. And I will also be moving for the following
Ano na lang natin, ipo-forward na lang natin para kasi maraming humihingi ng kesyo subpoena about the BIR, ganyan-ganyan. Pero pakinggan natin tong argument po ni maganda to, eh.
Of subpoena duces tecum with respect to the general information sheet
Yan yung subpoena to kekum pukuking.
and annual financial statements of the business establishments mentioned already by the Honorable Ridon. Do I hear a second? The same has been seconded. Is there any objection?
Madam Chair, objection.
Objection, Your Honor.
My
You're recognized, Honorable
grounds for
Rodriguez.
objection. We will know
Is-
first why these companies registered with the SEC will be subpoenas in its record. Is there a nexus between this to the allegations in the complaint, third and fourth complaint? May we know the relevance of these corporations to the present impeachment case against the Vice President?
The proponent first, Honorable Ridon, followed by the Honorable Keith Flores.
Mahalaga po yung pagpapaliwanag mula sa una, sa mga kinita po ng mag-asawang Duterte Carpio from their own personal income, which will be reflected from the annual income tax returns. Pangalawa, mula din po doon sa mga corporate documents kung saan po sila kasali. Sapagkat doon po natin makikita kung yung po mga other lawful income para maipakita na ang lahat po ng kanyang kinita over the course of 17 years from 2007 ay mga lehitimo pong kita mula sa sahod at mula po sa kinita mula sa profesyon at mula po sa mga negosyo. So, meron pong clear relevancy. Ito pong mga SEC documents po na ito dahil dito natin makikita kung kumita ba o hindi ito pong mga kumpanya na ito sapagkat kung kumita po ito, maipapaliwanag ng atin pong pangalawang Pangulo at ng kanya pong mister na talaga pong kumita ng tama over the course of 17 years from other lawful income katulad ng profesyon at iba pang mga negosyo ang kanila pong pagsasama. So dito po maipapakita ng ating pong pangalawang Pangulo na hindi po unexplained wealth. Ito po kanyang pagkakaroon ng 88 million na net worth in 2024 kumpara po sa kanya pong kinita na cumulatively sahod from 2007.
Tingnan nyo to ha. Wala pa siyang proof. Wala pa siyang ebidensya, ika nga. Hihingi pa lang siya. Tapos gusto niya nang gawin dyan at ipatawag yung kung sino mang mga kailangan ipatawag. So hindi na ho ito hearing. Anong tawag na dito? Trial na ho ito. Kagaguhan na.
2024 na more or less mga 30 million to 40 million pesos lamang po, Madam Chair.
The Honorable Flores.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I'm joining the objection of Congressman Rufus Rodriguez only on the following grounds, Madam Chair, that the request being made by Congressman Ridon covers periods when the respondent was not yet the Vice President, Madam Chair. I'm going back to the decision of the Supreme Court when it said that we can only file impeachment complaints against an impeachable officer for things done during the incumbency or while she is holding the impeachable office. So by requesting documents or data or figures that would include the time when she was just Vice President or Vice Mayor, I think, in 2007, or
Yon.
holding other positions that are not yet or maybe considered impeachable, that's where my objection is, Madam Chair.
Honorable Ridon, would you like to comment to that?
Tama naman po yun, pero what
May punto. Bakit mo kailangan hingin yung mga dokumentong hindi pa Vice President si VP Sara Duterte? Hindi pa siya impeachable nun. Vice Mayor pa lang siya.
we would want to be able to see is a complete financial picture of the Vice President from the time that she commenced the public office in 2007 as a Vice Mayor up until today. That would be a proper objection with due respect if we had ended our request previous to 2022. But to be clear, I think a big chunk of all of these businesses' requests will most definitely cover up until today, Madam Chair. And more particularly, there are specific firms here which basically cover the term of the Vice President already. Geometry Security, Amianan Shores, Cable Tow are some examples. But to be clear, all of these are firms that have been listed in the 2024 SALN, which is why I think the nexus between the documents of the SALN and the corporate records is established as we speak, Madam Chair.
Would you like to
Madam Chair.
make additional manifestation?
May I secure from Congressman Ridon a statement of ultimate facts in the third and fourth complaint, which mentions these corporations? Are there any? None.
There is none.
None. Second, are there annexes that would show in the third and fourth complaint that would, mention and that will pertain to why you're going to ask for subpoena ducis tecum to the SSC
Lotus tekum, kumpetong kakong kekong.
and for the records there? Are there annexes in the complaint?
There is none.
Madam
Wala
Chair,
din.
clearly this will be the biggest fishing fleet expedition.
Yo,
that we
natumpok
are
mo.
doing.
Yo.
Because, we only deal with ultimate facts. In fact, we are trying here to determine whether there is violation of the 6 grounds of the Constitution as stated in the 2 complaints. And so therefore, how
Yon.
can we have that? Madam
Yon.
Chair, so that's the first one. Secondly, did I hear from you that you want records from a law office?
Yan.
I heard something.
Duruin mo! Duruin mo!
To us, this is a surprise to us, all of us here, that they are now a subpoena for entities that are not included in the complaint. So are you saying there's something about a law office?
To be clear, these are in the SALN of the Vice President for 2023 and 2024. So I think there is nothing that prevents this committee from basically issuing subpoenas on documents that had that are actually public documents, Madam Chair.
No, I'm asking specifically. There was a statement. You're asking for subpoena for a law office.
Yes, because our assumption is that this is an incorporated law office because it was stated as one of the business interests of the Vice President in her SALN.
Aware of the privilege communication between lawyers and client? This will exactly violate the provision of privilege. You cannot subpoena law firms for representing a person either accused or in impeachment cases. How can we subpoena a law firm for acting as a lawyer for
Tanga kasi. Pasensya ka na, tanga lang. Pati yung abogado, sinusubpina, lawyer nga sila eh. Anak ka ng weteng talaga.
the Vice President? Can you give us a reason why we should subpoena law firms under the rules of court and under the Code of Professional Responsibility? We cannot subpoena records of a law firm.
Sure, court records or communications between clients and the lawyers are
Bobo. Wala eh. Basta namuliti ka talaga, magmumukha ka lang tanga eh. Pati ba naman yung law firm?
absolutely privileged communications. But if this particular law firm is an incorporated entity within the Securities and Exchange Commission and had been submitting annual audited financial statements year after year and general information sheets, I don't think we are precluded as a committee, as an impeachment proceeding, from requesting these particular documents. We are not talking about conversations between the clients of Duterte Carpio or Carpio lawyers. We are talking about their financial output year on year. And to be clear, this is precisely the justification of supporters of the Vice President as to why her net worth, had ballooned to 88 million as against a computed cumulative salary of 30 to 40 million pesos. So I don't think there is reason to, in fact, object to getting all of these financial documents, whether from a corporation or whether from a law firm that is supposedly registered in the Securities and Exchange Commission.
Madam Chair.
May I call the Honorable Jokno?
Ang hirap ano? Wag ka kasing bitter porket sinugi ka ni Pangulong Duterte. Sablay lahat ng hirit mo eh. Sa bagay, pagka bitter ka nga naman talaga, wala talaga.
Perhaps it would be more prudent if we could have the motion of Representative Ridon in writing so that we can consider all the angles and the aspects to that request. I think that we would need to tread carefully when it comes to these matters, especially given the points raised by Representative Rodriguez.
Motion, hearing suspended.
Ang hirap ano? Mahirap talaga yan. Oh, nasuspend tuloy.
In the hearing, but the House just...
Oh, di ba? Ay kasi nga, again, hindi na itong si Rufus hindi ho ito maka-Duterte ha. Actually, binanatan niya nga yung mga abogado for not attending. Kaya lang, tama nga naman, fishing expedition na yung ginagawa nito ni Ridon. Kahit nga yung isa, yung si Flores, dilawan din yun. Ang lupit ng bumanat sa mga Duterte. Dati maka-Duterte yun, pero ang tindi ng bumanat sa mga Duterte ngayon. Pero siya rin, sinasabi niya, hindi naman kasama na yan, bakit kasama pa yan? Ewan ko kung bumabaluktot na naman kasi pagkabalimbing yun eh. Di ba? O ito, tingnan ninyo ha, tuloy ang mini hearing. Mismo si Luis Tro nagsabi nito. O, pakinggan
The
nyo.
Vice President has been invited to participate. She is reportedly prepared for a full-scale legal battle, a bloodbath, as it has been described, assembling a very large team of lawyers. She is apparently ready to face the accusations and defend herself at length. And yet it appears she will not even participate. We recall the words of Justice Antonio Tiham in the previous impeachment against Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sireno. Failure to participate in the hearings before the Committee on Justice is tantamount to a culpable violation of the Constitution.
Aba? Sige.
Ayon sa pananaw na iyon,
Ah.
ang hindi pagharap sa proseso ay
Ano?
maaaring ituring na patuloy na paglabag sa sandigang batas.
O, edi sige, ipasa
Ang
nyo na sa
tanong
hearing.
ngayon,
Ipasa nyo na sa
maaari
plenary.
rin ba nating sabihin ito sa Vice Presidente?
Pasa nyo na nga.
Let us remember, the Vice President took the same oath. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and conscientiously fulfill my duties,
Ah,
preserve and defend the Constitution, execute its laws, do justice to every man, and consecrate myself to the service of the nation.
ayun.
Lahat ho ng kawani ng gobyerno,
Ay,
lahat ng opisyal ng pamahalaan,
ay,
iisa ang panunumpa, iisa ang pamantayan, iisa ang pananagutan. Ang panunumpang ito ay hindi lamang pangako ng panunungkulan. Ito ay panata ng pagharap sa pananagutan at paggalang sa saligang batas.
Nako.
Dito sa komite, susundan natin ang saligang batas. Hindi natin tatalikuran ang ating tungkulin. Iyan ang inaasahan ng taong bayan. Hindi pag-iwas, kundi pagharap. Hindi katahimikan, kundi pananagutan. Sapagkat ang panunumpa ay hindi lamang binibigkas sa simula. Ito ay pinatutunayan sa bawat pagkakataon na tayo ay sinusubok. So regardless of the participation of the Vice President, and even in her absence, this committee will proceed. We will do our duty with resolve, without hesitation, and without delay.
Ayo, naku po, patay kayong bata kayo. Ladies and gentlemen, ha? Ayan na po mismo, mini hearing, ha? Mini trial. Ang bihira, oo. Alam mo, mga kababayan, ha? Ito kasi, ang problema ko dito sa mga, sa mga tao na ito. Kasi pilit talaga nila Pilit talaga nilang, awan ko nga. Ito, pananaw ko lamang po ito, ha? Pananaw ko lamang po ito na tila talagang sinasabi nila, kanila pong pinagpipilitan na umaten si BP Sara Duterte para maging circus, ika nga, yung pagdinig. Bakit? Dito, ididiin nila na hindi na makakapagsalita na maayos si BP Sara Duterte, hindi siya makakadefend. Kasi nga, wala naman yan Hearing po yan. Kung gusto nyo nga, ipasa nyo na lang sa plenary na magkabotohan na. Pero I don't think they can do that. Kasi BP Sara is not a stupid person. Si BP Sara mautak yan. Lalong-lalo na yung mga abogado rin yan. Di ba? Mga abogado niya matitikas po. At sigurado ako, ang suggestion sa kanya ay hindi umattend. At hayaan na lang sa plenary. Whether magbotohan o hindi. Dahil ang tunay na trial nasa Senate. Sana nga magkaroon na ng trial. O magkaanuhan na talaga na magkaalaman na. Dahil ito matindi. Ang focus ng gobyernong to habang tayo ay dumadaan sa matinding pagsubok. By April or by May, mawawala na tayo ng mga gas. Actually, napabalita sa CNN pa nga yun. Nakita ko yun Hindi ko lang dito na screenshot Pero nakita ko na hanggang kailan na lang daw po yung ating, dito sa BBC News, nakasulat. Pakita na nga lang natin para mas maganda. Ito ganito nangyayari sa bansa natin. Pero habang ang ating putang inang gobyerno namumulitika, ito. Philippine declares state of emergency. Philippine has 45 days fuel left. Declaring a state of emergency from Iran war. 45 days mga kababayan. After that, expect brownout left and right. Expect pagtaas ng pagkain, ng presyo ng bilihin. Pagtaas kasi yan ng gasolina. Expect. Ngayon pa nga lang, wala pa. Meron pa supply, tumataas na. Pag nawala na, naku po, scarcity mangyayari. Maniwala kasi, nakakatakot ito, nakakatakot. Tapos putang inantong kamera na to, ang iniatupag, impeachment. Nga, walang biro. Sabi ko sa inyo, wala talagang kwenta Wala talagang kwenta, walang katuturan itong ginagawa ng kamera Na alam naman natin na ito'y politika lang, di ba? Kaya nga, so ngayon, ikaw na balang humusga. Hindi pag-attend, kasalanan ba? O pagtanggi sa maling proseso, paninindigan. Kasi kung ang hearing ay mali sa umpisa pa lang, bakit ka sasali sa laro na nakaset up na laban sa'yo para talagang idiin ka? At kung ang sagot ng kampo niya ay malinaw, bakit parang sila pa ang pinalalabas na masama? Kasi nga po, para lamang sa perception, PR, na hindi sumasagot si BP Sara Duterte. Yan ang paulit-ulit na sinasabi ng mga bayarang media. Dito sa Banat Bay, hindi tayo nagpapadala sa ingay o sa mga bayarang media. Hinahanap natin ang katotohanan. Kung nakita mo yung punto, i-comment mo. Alam na this.